It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I'm back. I hope you guys enjoyed having my new co-host lead this thing for us last week. He'll be again next week. We're just going to switch off every week. Get Greg a little more involved and just have an opportunity for you guys to hear a different voice after all these years of just seeing me all the time. But you got me today, so it's exciting to be here. And as Osvaldo says, welcome back. It's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I hope you guys are having a great day today. It is cold, I think, everywhere. When I woke up this morning, it was in the teens here in Utah. The high today in Utah is only supposed to be 21 degrees here. It is freezing cold, and it sounds like we got it going on other places as well. I was reading that even down south, they're supposed to expect a bunch of snow today, like record snowfall. So wherever you're at, I hope you're doing well. It's cold, but you know what? We'll survive. A little bit of this, and you can basically just survive anything. So that's the good news. And I also found out that as we were launching this, that right now the inauguration is going on. Shows you how much I pay attention to that stuff. But I guess I'm competing right now with the primetime inauguration. But so be it. And I'm glad you guys are able to join me. As always, make sure you chime in so we can see that you're out there, so we can get you in the running for some fantastic gifts. If you don't have these bags, you need like 15 of them. We use them for everything. Every time we go anywhere. We took our kids swimming the other day, and so we had to throw all our towels in them. And with as many kids as I have, one bag isn't enough. So you definitely need more than that. These mystery bags are fantastic. So we're giving out 3 of these today. I'd show you, but they all look the same to you. So just know we're getting this chronic stress. That's so last year, and I'll tell you what, it was last year, because 2025 is going to be amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed our virtual kickoff talking exactly about that. The recap about our success community and all the stuff we have going on there can be found on our YouTube channel, which you're on right now if you're watching this. So just look for the virtual kickoff recording and check that out. I'm not going to bore you all with recapping all of it. One thing I want to remind you of, though, is we do have our qualification continuing for Gatlinburg. It was kind of fun. I was talking to somebody the other day at one of my son's basketball games, and he's like, "So do you have any fun trips planned this year?" And I'm like, actually, I do. My next one coming up is going to be Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And he's like, Gatlinburg? He's like, I've always wanted to go to Gatlinburg. He's like, I've done Knoxville, I've done Nashville, never made it over to Gatlinburg. I hear it's amazing. And I'm like, that's what I hear too. So I'm super excited to go there. How do you get there? You have January, February, and March. You need to hit Prime 2 out of those 3 months. But as you remember from the success community, just hit it every month. You should be hitting Prime anyway. Listen, Prime is the building block for everything we do in Soul. If you can hit Prime every month, not only are you earning Soul Quicks, but you're also earning that Prime bonus, right? Then on top of that, we also have this success community that you qualify for. And if you help your people, especially your new people, hit Prime during those first 4 months that they sign up, they get double Prime anyway. Plus we have double Prime incentives going on right now for everybody. I mean, you guys, it's the way to go. So sign up at least 4 people with $500 in volume. So they're averaging about $125 per sign up. Guys, you're gonna hit Prime. And during that 4 months for Gatlinburg, or 3 months, as I mentioned, January, February, March, to qualify for Gatlinburg, I'll be real clear about this. You need to hit Prime 2 out of those 3 months. Even at that lowest level, that's great. And then you need to help one of your new people, whether a new upgrade or a new brand specialist, hit Prime as well during that period. They're going to earn the double Prime if it's during their first 4 months. The question we get asked is, does that person need to sign up in January, February, or March and also hit Prime? No. Remember, you have a 4-month period with those new people. So they could have signed up back in November and hit Prime in January, and they'll still, since it's in that 4-month period, they can still hit double Prime and it will qualify, right? But you need to hit Prime as well, 2 out of those 3 months. And then you get the questions, they're like, well, does it need to be, what if I hit January and February Prime myself, but then I have my new person hit in March? Does that count? Yes, it counts. Again, it's always better just to do it every month anyway. So just do it every month, have your person hit it sometime, and you guys are going to be in a great spot. So sound good? That's what we're looking for. Debbie said it was an amazing event with great information. That's what we were looking forward to, right? We wanted to make sure you got it. So continue just to talk to people about it, and you're going to see some great things happen. My special guest today has been around Soul now since the beginning, since day one. And the reason I wanted her to come on today, we're talking about Prime, we're talking about finding new people. Even after 13 years of doing this, she's still hitting Prime, she's still finding new people. So let's get on my dear friend, Corinne Lott. Corinne, can you hear me?
I can. Hey, how are you guys?
Ah, man, we're doing so great over here. I bet you it's cold in Idaho as it is in Utah. Is that correct?
Well, I was gonna say you're kind of like having a heat wave compared to us. We're a -4 right now.
That sounds about right. Idaho is so tricky because we can kind of see through your windows there. It'll be like blue skies, it'll be beautiful, the sun shining, and it will be a frigid -degree.
Yes, yes, it is cold.
Oh,
It is
man.
cold. It's supposed to get, I think it's supposed to get maybe 10 degrees, I think is what Chris was telling me this morning.
The high is going to be 10 degrees.
Yeah, yep, I think so.
That's fantastic. So if anybody's thinking about moving to Idaho, I think we just learned that either you need to take a lot of warm clothing with you or just stay where you're at because it's cold. Is that about right?
Or just lots of cinemate.
Or just take your cinemate. There you go.
Yeah,
See, you're
yep.
a woman after my own heart. I love it. Well, we were talking, and I'm sure you heard a little bit. To qualify for Gatlinburg, we got to get this Prime thing going and take care of all of that. You've been one of our great examples of hitting Prime every month. But you've been in Soul for so long. Like, how are you still finding people to sign up after 13 years of being in Soul, and yet consistently you're still finding them?
Well, I think that the most important thing is just the consistency of it. I may not be posting on social media 10 times a day, or even just, I'm just trying to be consistent. I'm trying to use the products myself and share from there. Going to dance. I'm in the car right now at doctor's appointments or chiropractor appointments for my kids, because they dance a lot. We're down here, but I always have stuff with me. Whether I'm at a dance competition, whether I'm running town, I always have stuff with me just in case I run into someone who I can ask a question to, or, if they mention something about they have, oh, I've just had so much stress. This is what's been going on. And I'll say, guess what? Here, this is what I carry in the car. I'm like, I have a little kit that could actually help you. I said, it's 34.95 and it would be such a great thing for you to get started. And people are like, oh, I mean, I love the starter kits, reset kits. They're fantastic, but I also just listen, and just be consistent and share how I'm using the products.
Oh, I love that. So what you're telling me then is you're not sending out mailers, you're not posting stuff on people's doors, you're not having, big events where you're trying to invite thousands of people to them. You're just living Soul and doing your thing and people are asking you about it.
Yep, that's exactly right. That's
Oh,
exactly
that's
just
awesome.
just sharing what I'm doing. Chris talked to me this morning. We were visiting, and he just said, you like to share. You know, I don't go after people. I don't want to hound them or anything like that. I just want to share with them. Even at the dance competitions, people know. I mean, they see my Soul logo on the car. I usually have a Soul shirt on or something. But even when I'm sitting watching dance, I have my mugs. I usually have this because it's usually early in the morning. I usually have another one for all the other drinks. And then it's really nice because the kids know, because I've done it so many times, or I've been using them for so long, that the kids know that they can come right off the dance floor and say, Corinne, I need something. So I usually grab my AC cream. I have a little mom kit that has all the oils in it, the creams, the Connect spray. If I notice the kids are getting a little stressed, I just put a little bit of stuff on them, and then all the moms come up and go, "Oh my gosh, I knew you were here because I could smell your spray, or I could smell your oils," and it's so awesome because kids will come up and say, "I have a headache," and the parents come down and say, "What oil did you give her?" And then I just send them a link and say, "This is the oil. I would recommend this. The 4 pack because." It not only is going to help with stress but it's going to help calm them down. And then, you just use those opportunities to talk about the products. We know about the products. We've been using them for so long. And even if you're new, You guys, the oils are so easy. If you need comfort, use comfort. If you need calming, use calm. If you need clarify, use the clarify. So it's not, you don't have to be in this 13 years to be able to share the products. They tell you exactly what it's for. So I
I
love
love
it.
that. So with that, even with the dance thing that you have going on right now, I know that takes a lot of your time and you have a lot of things going on with that. How long now have you been a part of like this dance group, and how long have they been seeing you use Soul?
My word. I think Matthew or Anthony started when he was in sixth grade. He is, how old is sixth grade? I don't know. So it'd probably be about 9 years now
Okay.
that I've been using Soul. And it's fun because even moms that I have been friends with for a lot of years have never even tried Soul. But they'll be some of the first ones that come up and say, hey, my son has a headache, or my daughter had, stubbed her toe. I mean, they're dancing in high heels, you guys. I don't know how they do it, but they dance in high heels. And just the last competition, a girl came out. I mean, and sorry if it's going to get graphic, but there was blood seeping out of her shoes. And we just added AC cream, put a band-aid over it, and said, keep dancing, keep going, because we know we've got some of those things that can help them. And so we've been doing it probably 9, 10 years.
Wow.
And there's always new moms. There's even moms that aren't even part of our company that they know that I have something for the kids. If anybody needs anything, whether it's sewing a button on or using the Connect spray or any oils, something for pain. I usually have my little pill container, my little Soul container that has, well, not samples, but a few Soulflex and a few Neuro and a few Adaptable, because we all know that these mornings, the last competition, we were there by 8 o'clock and we finished at midnight. So 8 o'clock in the morning until midnight. So you better bet we refilled our drinks a lot and used a lot of oils that day.
I love it. So what you're telling me is even after 10 years of being with this group of women, on top of that, you're spending hours and hours at these competitions. You're still finding new ones that still come to you and say, what is this stuff you got going on here? What
Yep.
are we doing here?
Yep. Yep. And I'll open up a packet, and it's so funny when I sit by moms that have younger kids. They're like, what's that smell? I'm like, oh, smell it. This is the Vital. This is all my plant-based vitamins and minerals. This just kind of keeps me, level throughout the day and keeps me going.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So I love that whole story you have going on there, because if you were going to talk to somebody who's been in Soul for, let's say, a year, and they say to you, Corinne, there's nobody else for me to talk to. Everybody knows I do Soul. What would you say to them?
I would probably say, look at it a little differently. People know you do Soul, but sometimes it's a different circumstance or a different issue that you need to help them with. It's just like, some of these moms, I'm like, oh, you need energy. But if I really stopped and talked to them for a few minutes, I'll know that actually they're just really stressed out. They need a little bit more, and so many times, just listen. If they say, oh, I'm just experiencing a lot of stress or I'm burnt out, I'll just say, you know what, I probably have a drink for that. That's my thing. Probably have a drink for that.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
so that's what I do.
And when you're sharing these drinks, what kind of testimonials are you getting back? Are they pretty good about telling you what the results are that they get once they try them?
Yeah. Yeah, people like to talk about things that are good. Or I did have someone say, "Corinne, I didn't like that, the taste of this one, but I mixed it with this one, and I mixed the Vital and the Excel together, and that's actually pretty good." I'm like, "Yeah, that is pretty good. Just add more water." But other ones say, they're sleeping better. And these are just ones I use the trial kit a lot just because um they can try everything, and they get to pick what they like the best. But they just said, I felt calmer. Just my first day I felt calmer. The next one said, I went to sleep, without even really trying. She goes, it was just like I could settle down enough to actually get a good night's rest.
Oh, I
So
love that.
just using adaptogens on a daily basis makes a big difference. But if you can actually try some of the other ones, you don't really know what you're missing until you've tried it.
That's great. And so to your point, you showed us just a second ago, you actually keep that little trial box, reset box on hand all the
Mhm.
time. So what does that look
Yep.
like? Somebody comes to you, you're talking to them and you say, hey, why don't you try this? you just give it to them at that time and then you sign them up and have it just shipped back to you?
Depends. Sometimes I like to have it go back to them because that means that they're going to stay in contact with me.
Ah,
And now if they didn't live by me, I'd have it sent directly to me.
uh-huh.
But most of the time, and then I say, oh, this will be a great time because by the time you're done with the 3-day reset, we'll get back together, or we'll set up a time to meet, and then we'll talk about what products you like the best and what you want to incorporate in for your for the next 90 days. I really like to talk to people about, it takes 90 days for you to kind of get through a program to see what it really can do for you. And that works out great because then all of a sudden we not only have shared the reset kit, but now they're like, their job is to figure out which drinks they like the best,
Ah.
and then we know exactly what they're going to order after those 3 days.
And then with that, you mentioned a 90-day kind of program
Hmm.
there. It's get
Hmm.
them on something, get them on the subscription, and let them kind of run with that for the next few months.
Right, right.
Ah, that's
That's
great.
exactly right.
Ah, I love it. So if I understand all this stuff correctly, although you've been in Soul for a really long time, we're still finding new people to talk to. We're using
Yep,
the reset kit. I used to have one sitting here. The reset kit to, yeah, you can show yours. The reset kit to introduce them to the different products. They're going to try them. Oftentimes, you just have it shipped directly back to them. So now you have another point of contact where you can discuss how it's helped them. And then you get them on a 90-day program to really understand
yep,
how the products are going to help them, and you can move forward from there. Did I understand that all
yep.
correctly?
Exactly.
And then with
Pretty
that,
easy,
because you're
huh?
doing these things, it gets you Prime every month, which allows you to earn some extra money on top of that, on top of the Soul Quicks, on top of the Smart Plan, on top of everything else you got going on, plus qualify for trips. You're one of the ones that led out with the Elevate qualifications, so you're good to go to come to Gatlinburg already. So all those things work because we're still sharing and still talking to people. Am I getting that correctly?
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. That's
Exactly.
so great. Anything else you want to share with these guys before we let you go?
Just share. You're your best product. And if you use them, and if you're constantly, showing other people that you're using them, eventually they'll come to you. I just had a lady who, she was one of the first people I talked to 13 years ago. And she just actually ordered the reset kit, doing pretty good, and has already narrowed down to what products that she wants to get. So 13 years, and she still, she didn't do anything until this last week. And so it's exciting. They're watching. Just be consistent.
I love it. They are watching, absolutely. And the fun thing about that is I've heard even with like insurance agents and other things, like it usually takes about 5 years before family and friends even get to the point where they trust enough to say, yeah, I'm interested in that. And so those that are like jumping from company to company or thing to thing, it almost gives all the people watching you whiplash because they're like, I don't know if I should do this because I don't know if they're going to keep doing this tomorrow. So I'm just going to sit back and watch. But like you said, after
Right.
13 years of this, people are still going, you know what? It's time now. I love that.
Yep. Well, and I had a call the other day. She said, "Oh my gosh, Corinne, you're still doing soul. I saw you in your soul car." And I thought, yes, I do. It just depends. Sometimes I drive the white one, sometimes I drive the red and the black one.
Yeah.
But they see it and they're like, "Hey, I just saw you." And then that's a perfect opportunity to say, "Hey, you know what? Are you in for a 3-day reset?" So people that you haven't seen for a long time and that have used soul in the past, this reset kit is perfect for them to be able to try it.
Awesome. Get them re-engaged again.
Yep.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for taking some time with us this morning, Corinne. It's so good to see you. Stay warm out in Idaho, and let's chat again soon.
Okay. Thank you.
See ya. Ah, isn't that so great? We got some great comments coming in, right? Becky says, I like that phrase. I have a drink for that. Absolutely, right? Terry says, I sure wish I had soul products when my daughter was growing up. And Gretchen says, sharing is caring. Gwen says she loves the idea about keeping the box with you, right? Terry says, you're the best product. I love that. Absolutely. And if you notice, although Corinne's been a long time with Soul, did you hear her describe what she was talking about with the products? Of course she knows a ton about them, but she can easily just say, oh, it sounds like you need some Clarify, and here's some Clarify. Oh, you need some Calm. Well, here's some Calm. super easy to share and make it easy. Sometimes we make it harder on ourselves than it really needs to be. So well done on that. We love it. We love having you guys share your successes. We'll do it again next week with Greg and his special guest, but I think we're going to see some great things. Becky says, now I need that new bag to carry on that box with me. Well, let's see if you can win that box, Becky, and we'll get you that bag, and we'll get you taken care of. Sound good? All right, guys, let's get you out of here on this fantastic Monday, and we'll make sure that you guys are taken care of. Wherever you're at, stay warm. Listen, go with the Cinnamate, or if you want to go with Kendall's new favorite, he likes to do the Excel Hot. So if you haven't tried that one yet, give that a shot and see what you think. Excel Hot. Okay, and we'll see how you do it. All right, here we go now. We've got our 3 mystery bags. Chronic stress, that was so last year. Let's go. We've got the first winner is Eric Patterson. Yes. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. The next one, here we go. Rosa says, I love the easiness of what Corinne was talking about. I do too. Victoria Terry, Woo! Dr. Vicky, she lives right next to Corinne, so I know she's feeling the nice warm weather up there in Idaho as well. And last but not least, we've got Cindy Sansonito. Cindy, you win as well. You've been one of our early birds for the last months and months. It seems like you're one of our first ones on every day. So well done, guys. It's so good to be with you. As always, keep sharing the soul. We sure love you guys, and we'll see you again soon.